Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this English broadcast that lets you understand what's going on in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's Talk Congo is your program where you will have to understand current events in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We are going to talk about politics, economy, enterprises, mining, etc. Today with my special guest, Mr. John Mambo, who is an independent analyst, we are going to analyze and comment current events in the Eastern Congo, specifically in the city of Goma, where clashes between RDF M23 supported by Paul Kagame and the Congolese Armed Defense Forces, FRDC, supported by the allies MONUSCO, Wazalendo, and SADC. With John Mambo, we are going to analyze all this situation. So good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
You still in mourning like me?
Because I'm in black.
Yes, I'm in black because we lost one of our general in North
Yes, I know. They said it's a pity.
Peter Sirimwami, peace in his soul. So I think this is the reason of my being in black this afternoon.
Okay, I would not say the same thing, but yeah, it's a pity to hear about the loss of that great general who was the governor of the Northern Kivu.
So for the viewers, the first question I would like to ask you is, what do you think might be the seed of discrepancy in the Eastern warring conflict, Eastern Congo?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for giving me the floor and for this opportunity that you have offered to me. It's known, I think, today, almost everybody, even in the highest level, everybody knows, the entire world knows that it's an economic war. Yes, I think, because as if, you know, well, people know that there are strategic minerals in Congo. I mean, whose the majority of them are found concentrated in the eastern part of Congo. And for some multinational companies, it's an opportunity for them to, you know, kind of, you know, keep this conflict going on, to allow them to illegally exploit those strategic minerals. I can quote them. I know that there is coltan, cobalt, lithium for the electric car. We know the debate today, which is going on, and other strategic minerals as well. So for all the stakeholders, people who are involved in that conflict, they would not see the conflict be over. So they wanted to continue again and again and again. Why? Because they found the interest in there. So I think that is the core even in the conflict, even if the economical aspect is not erased. But this is, I think, the major interest in the conflict.
Okay, generally they say, before killing a serpent, you must find out its head. I mean, I want to say, we might think that if we don't know the root or the cause of a problem or a conflict, that would make that difficult to resolve it. So as you think that the problem is minerals, so what do you think might be the solution to stop it? Because you know that the seed of discrepancy or the root of the conflict is minerals. So isn't there be a solution to stop it?
Well, of course, yes, but subject to what the government is trying to do or has been doing so far. Because I can see yesterday, even in the night, I saw Madame Therese Wagner, the way he advocated the cause of Congo during the UN Security Council session. And I also heard what Rwanda delegation said, but we also heard the report by Bintu and the other expert. I think, to me, the last option is the military option. I'm sorry, because that's diplomatic. These are diplomatic options. And that's why I have said that subject to what the government has already done or performed, because the government has gone into or on the diplomatic arena to try to solve the conflict. We know Rwanda process, Nairobi process, where the people talk a lot about the verification mechanism and others. This is the diplomatic options, and the government tries. I mean, they've been even exhausted today, leading the Congo to the last one. Any country would be obligated to take that last option, which is the military option, to go at war against the enemy. So I want to say, because I have not answered your question yet, I want to say the only option maybe would be to fight. Yeah, would be to fight. I mean, would be fighting, because all the diplomatic options have been exhausted. Now, yesterday, Madame Therese was there participated, and I loved really the address that she made in front of all the delegates. But still, there is a kind of reluctancy from the international community, as if they don't feel free to act and sanction the belligerent. I think the last option would be maybe, even if it's seen that those guys, because you have in your introductory speech, you have clearly mentioned it, because M23 have been backed up by Rwanda government, Kigali government, and other even obscure forces that we cannot see today. Because I cannot just imagine that the only Rwanda backing up M23, okay, being able to, I think that I know, I know, Mr. Journalist, Ngwenza, Isaac, I know that there are many factors, influencing this conflict. I know it.
I mean, understanding you, it looks like you don't trust or believe in diplomatic solution.
No, I do believe in there, but I believe in the diplomatic solutions and resolutions. But the fact is that the states all the time, you know, takes some options. And for any country, they all the time, because we are not there to advocate for war. We don't want it. Today, everybody is advocating for peace. We want peace almost everywhere. Peace, you know, peace is gained through diplomatic option. Sometimes you need to get ready to battle. You know, if, for instance, the diplomatic option has failed.
Mr. Mambo, do you think you can lead war against a country that has its citizens in your own army? That's what they call infiltration. So do you think, can you lead war with an army that is infiltrated with your enemy's citizens?
If only it has been proved that there have been some, you know, traitors inside the army, if it's been clearly and all the paper proven, I think it would be easier. Because if today, a country, because this is a big state, and our country is organized. Let me say it so, I am Congolese citizen. Even if we can, you know, note some failure here and there in some sectors. I remember that the Speaker of the Parliament in 2023, openly, it was in front of the cameras, the video cameras, and it was even on live during the National Assembly, saying that we know some of you are traitors. You are collaborating with the government, which is our enemy. We know you in this assembly. But why has the government not done anything so far? This is the question. Now, to answer your question, it means that if all the traitors, even inside the army, or even inside policymakers, have been already identified by the services, by the government itself, then conducting such war would be easier. Because when you identify a traitor and you arrest that traitor as being a traitor can also offer you, supply you with some additional information from the enemy. You see? That's why I say, yes, it will be easy. Yeah, it will be easy if only seriously the government would like to go at war to defeat the enemy.
That's with citizens belonging or soldiers belonging to, from Rwanda. Let me make it clear. In our army, In 2003, we had brassage of troops.
Yeah.
They took RCD Goma militaries that came from Rwanda in 1997 when FDL arrived in the Congo to overthrow Mobutu. It was a coalition of Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi. So after overthrowing Mobutu, Ugandan troops went back to Uganda. Burundian troops went back to Burundi. But Rwandese troops did not go back to Rwanda. They left Kinshasa, they got to Goma. From Goma, they transformed into RCD Goma. And after the signing of agreement in South Africa, in Sun City, they took all those militaries that came with FDL, what do you call it? FDLA,
FDLR?
No.
No. FDLR.
No, I'm not talking about the FDL. I talk about that movement that came with Laurent Desiré Kabila.
AFDL.
AFDL, exactly, FDL. So Ugandan went back, Burundian went back, but Rwandese did not go back. They were transformed into RCD Goma. After signing of agreement, they took all those militaries, thousands of them, were put into the Congolese National Force. And then it's from those RCD militaries that CNDP of Laurent Nkunda was issued from that. And then after CNDP, then came M23.
Yeah.
So as long as those militaries are in our army and they don't want to, to be sent in Western province, they only want to stay in Eastern Congo. Do you think with them soldiers, will we easily win the battle?
But this is what I'm saying. As long as such agreement have been signed by the government seriously and all the responsibility, I think also that as long as the agreement is being signed, as long as those soldiers have been mixed with our army or integrated in our army, that means that they are none. Aren't they? They are. It means that they are none. Now the question would be, why is the government not doing anything to, for example, demobilize them? This is the key question.
Can you think it will be easy to demobilize them?
Why not? Because if they've been listed and they are identified, because do not go, I exactly tell you that a serious government like Kinshasa government can perform some acts not knowing even the in and out of the act they are performing. It means that if them guys, they've been mixed with our army, they are now Congolese, they are inside the Congolese armed force, Congolese armed force, it means they've been listed and identified. Now, if the government would want to demobilize them and want to put them out of the business, the government can do it. The only action, the only question remains is that, why is the government not doing this? Now, this happens in another window. It also happens in another window. Do all them guys remain till today? People belonging to the other wing? I don't think. Maybe others, because what is here is,
from some sources, some sources reveal that on the battlefield, most of those soldiers are going to the enemies. That's a problem.
Now, what is the root cause causing them to leave the loyalist position and join the enemy wing? Well, because I think when sometimes some issues, some questions are not deep enough. Do you understand it? But let's get back to what you raised as a point, because I found it very interesting. Because your question, the basic question that you have recently asked me is, can our government conduct such war with traitors inside?
Exactly.
And I have said yes, if only they could demobilize all the traitors. Because look, at the highest level of the nation, I'm talking about the Speaker of the Parliament, in 2023, what is his name again?
You mean Boso?
Papa Mboso, who said openly.
There are MPs that are backing up armed groups in the East.
Of course, we call them traitors. Yes. We know you, and even say, He highlighted that we know you, we know you. But still, the government is not doing anything. Where not all those, let me say between quotation marks,
Yes.
all those people are not arrested so far. So it means that it's a political will. If the government today want, okay, if the government want to stop this war, basing on their, I mean, people who are backing up M23 or some traitors inside the army and stuff, the government would do it easily. Because that was your question. If they want, they can do it. Now the question remains why the government is not doing it. Maybe there are some other things, some other aspects that we don't have command of. Obscure, I don't know, factors influencing the decisions, or I don't know what, because we don't understand. And also, no, I don't want to dive them. Let me stop there, because I wanted to raise a point of the army, but it's okay. I think that if the state want, in all responsibilities, seriously, to stop, they can stop it. If these are traitors, and other people are already identified who are backing M23, and those people are known by the government.
Well, John, last Thursday, the governor of North Kivu, General Major Peter Siromwami, may his soul rest in peace, I want to say, was, dead. I mean, got killed on the battlefield. So, and the government says the only way, or the best way to avenge his soul is to recuperate all the territories under control of M23. Mm-hmm. So what's your opinion or your analysis on this?
I have already said that military option is the last one. And as if all the diplomatic options have been exhausted. So we need to go at war. And do you know that it's a declaration of war? Because that general, the governor of North Kivu, is assassinated, okay, on our soil, inside the territory. Inside the territory. I think if it's only proof, if I wanted to say, if it's only proven today that it's been assassinated or killed by the belligerents, I think the enemies, let me say it so, by the enemies, then it's a declaration of war. Because all the development of the situation we are talking about, I mean, all this situation we are talking about is being developed in the northern part and in North Kivu. And the state representative of the government is the general who has been killed. So it means that the government is being frontally attacked. This is what it means. So it means it's a declaration of war. That's why I have said, that's on paper, huh? That's on paper. I'm not saying that this is exactly what the government is supposed to do. But on the paper, I think that the military option being the last one, and seeing a general being killed representing the official government in even the war theater in North Kivu, and being given the governor of North Kivu being assassinated, if only it was proven that the enemy killed him, it's a declaration of war. So the government saying that they need now to do all the best to their capacity, to their power, to reconquer all the territories. I think it's something very positive.
And the military spokesperson, General Sylvain Ekenge, declared the day before yesterday, I think Saturday, that it's now that the war starts. And today we heard again that the government stopped or quitted diplomatic relations with Rwanda. I mean,
it was today, it was yesterday.
Yes, yesterday
or before yesterday.
So do you think it's a step toward war?
It's a big step. It's a big step toward war. Because it's been a failure recorded. The Luanda process was not, it's never been observed. I mean, let's say partially, you see, but not comprehensively. We recorded some failure.
Okay, John, do you think that's enough just to quit or to stop the diplomatic relations with Rwanda? Or the government can go further until, for example, withdrawing the country from the East African community. I think you can, no, I think it's serious. You know, in my opinion, I think the best way to do, another way of putting pressure is to withdraw the country from the East African community, because the chart of this regional structure says that if a country member is in difficulty,
you can see it.
All the countries members of the community will converge their armed forces to impose peace in that country. I think maybe that was the reason why the government joined the East African community. So now we understand that we are in a kind of international plot against the country. So why not withdraw the country from East African community?
Yeah, political stakes, and also, and again, yes, ripple effect. Let's talk about ripple effect. It's very important. But the diplomatic process, okay, of I mean, the war process, the military process has been open. Now that's up to the government to see whether they can go until withdrawing their membership from the Eastern Community Organization. But you have also stated very clearly, the president said that, yeah, he talked about the reason why he thought that the country would be part of the Eastern Community Organization. But if it's fair today, is it really worth remaining part of that organization? I think no. I think no. But now that's up to the government to see. This is the first, because we have Kenya inside, we have Tanzania inside, we have Burundi, Uganda, Rwanda, and so you have Uganda and Rwanda being the masterpieces in this conflict. And we can also see that other nations in front of the two ones feel it's not minimizing countries, big countries like Tanzania or Kenya. But I think they just don't want to interfere in the business, okay, opposing Uganda, Rwanda to Congo. Yeah, they are just like observers and stuff, even if the charter says what you have stated. But I think that what is important is what the motivations behind the membership of our membership in the Eastern Community Organization. Because if it has been some failures, I think it's no more worth. We need to withdraw.
Yes, John, another issue is that if you look at the FRDC, they are supported by MONUSCO contingent.
MONUSCO,
SADC forces. SADC forces.
Okay.
We had East African Community forces. So, talking about MONUSCO contingent, I think MONUSCO, a couple of years back, they have created what they call FIB, Force Intervention Brigade, that is composed of Tanzanian, Malawian, and South African. So, implementing a resolution, I forgot the figure or the number in my mind, that they should run, or they could run joint operation or unilateral operation against armed groups when civilians' lives are under stake. So what do you think with all those forces I have quoted, but they happen to be not strong enough to stop a rebel movement?
Well, I don't know much. Maybe the enemy is a big support. I mean, in terms of technologies, in terms of the weapons, in terms of, well, they have a big support. Because they're talking, I said it at the beginning, initially I say that, do you think that only Rwanda can back up M23 and defeat our army? I don't think it. Even if, let's also say this, even if people say it's been reported that there's some disorganization inside the army, inside our army. This is also stated by some analysts. But I seriously don't think that only Rwanda backing M23 can come and defeat our army. I think that behind,
yes, you mean to insinuate on that. Listen,
yeah.
You mean to insinuate on that the country also might be under an international plot.
Yeah, the country has been under the international plot. And what I'm trying to say here
that is to say all the foreign affairs minister can do or the country can do would bring nothing.
Yeah, the international plot, because today we can also talk about blocks. We can talk about blocks. When we talk about the international plot, we don't see all the countries on the international arena taking part in this plot. Do you understand? When we say international, it's just a concept. We just want to say that it's one than more countries taking part in this business. And the super powerful countries, they know what they want. They want to keep Congo, okay, at this position to benefit from the strategic minerals. They are using Rwanda, Kigali, as a puppet government, okay, to maintain Congo at that level.
John, we're reaching the end of this.
What I have said,
yes.
Blocks, because there's another block that we have not exploited yet. For instance, Russia, for instance, because I know there are many things to say in there, but
yes, we're reaching to the end of this program. I want to ask you this question because some people say about it on, on the street and so on. So, can peace come back someday in the Congo?
Yeah.
How?
That is a big question. I think with strong institutions, with Congolese strong institutions, and with enough responsible policymakers for a country, I think that a peaceful era can come and visit Congo.
Maybe it's the last but one question. Some observers or some analysts say we have to start general movement demonstrating against Paul Kagame, against Rwanda. So are you for a general movement of demonstrations?
Well, to show our commitment to the army, not to the army, to show our patriotism, we can do this. But I have recently mentioned strong institutions because, furthermore, the people are represented in the institutions by people that they voted, by MPs and others. So they are embodying our will. We may or not do it. Institutions are supposed to be strong. Of course, Ngwenza, I'm not denying the effort made by the government. This is not what I'm saying. And let's also commend the effort deployed by the government, diplomatically speaking. That's very important. It's been impressive to see what Teresa did yesterday. And I loved it. But still, there is an international plan. Now, the country, population can launch a massive movement that may or not have. Because remember, I think it was last year, or I think it was last year, it was a demonstration throughout the city here. We went until burning even some embassies. But what happened next? I think the solution should be only the states acting in a responsible manner.
John, I'm with you to say that our Minister of Foreign Affairs, that also I greet Madame Thérèse
Kaikwamba Wagner.
That is very clever.
Yeah, she is.
I've been watching her interventions in international meetings.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for her, she's sitting with people that are all against the country. That's why...
That are what?
That are all against the country. That's the problem. But the minister is really excellent. May God bless you.
You cannot say this, because if you say this, it means that all other ministers
No. Listen, I mean, so the government is
this is what they imply.
The government is a system. We have many ministers.
Okay.
But in her sector of diplomacy, she's excellent. Okay. But we know that the problem is under an international plot.
Yeah.
Your last word to quit this program.
Thank you very much for having me as your guest today. Thank you to all. Is this a new broadcast?
Yes.
It's a new one?
It's a new one.
In internet or?
We are in internet also and CCTV as you.
Yeah, okay. I just ask all
or a message to our brothers and sisters in North Kivu and to the government too.
Well, sincerely speaking, it's very difficult to say it because I have watched some images from the social medias. I cannot just because I can't see. Everyone says, I'm sorry. Everybody has seen what is the development, the recent developments in Goma today. I can't just ask them to keep calm, and wait until, because we have seen other people going out and start looting. Yeah, they have even gone until looting some very strategic places.
So when there's
like
a war, the war is most of the time accompanied by looting.
Yeah, but these are not soldiers looting, populations. Yes. So that's why I feel like reluctant to say whatever, because, well, I see the population on the street going and looting. I think that, guys, we are not supposed to do this. It's a state. Yeah, it's a political conflict. It's a military conflict. We are civilians. We don't need to go and destroy our own country again in the middle of the development of this crisis. What I would ask you is to keep calm and maybe stay concentrated and pray God. I think that the solution will be ahead.
Thank you very much. It's with this note that we put an end to this broadcast. Thank you for watching. If you speak English and have a strong command of English and think can come next week to give your opinion about current event in the Democratic Republic of Congo, you'll be welcome. So I think for all Congolese, all we have to keep in mind is that the country is under war. It's time to put apart all our political beliefs, to be all behind the head of state, President Felix Tshisekedi, to kick those rebels or those aggressors out of the country. Thank you very much for your time, and if the Lord wants, we will have the next program after tomorrow. May God bless you. Goodbye for now.